place here. We arrived in, it was pitch black when we arrived, the sun is now up-ish, and it's beautiful here. It really is. You've got a lovely place here. Tell us a little bit about the charity, first of all.
Well, Ride High is here to change the lives completely of children who are really struggling with everyday life, living lives that you would never imagine. They're so bad. And our job is to change those children from being so desperately sad to feeling that they've got hope and a positive future. And we use horses to do that. And horses are amazing. We call them the gentle giants.
Okay.
Because although they are big, they're so unjudgmental, they're really soft. If we get a child who comes and won't speak at all, we quite often put them with a pony semi-supervised, and very often it is then when the children speak their first words and we know we've made a breakthrough, they start chatting to the pony. You think, yes, okay, we're going to be fine, we're going to make a huge difference to this child's life.
Isn't it fascinating that they find that connection with a horse or a pony to do that, and before they've been quite silent and in themselves, and it just helps bring them out. That's amazing.
The ponies have a really intuitive sense, and if they have, if they're with a child who's very quiet and inward, they will go very, very quiet themselves and just create this really amazing, inclusive space. It's really quite magic, actually.
So how old are these children?
They range between 8 and 17. And all of them are struggling. They might be suicidal or self-harming. They might be looking after a parent, or perhaps getting children up, their siblings up before they go to school. Some of our children come and they don't have enough to eat. And it's every one of them is really challenged. They're all referred to us by childcare professionals. So we know we're reaching the most needy. But you know, we get every day, we have brilliant moments. I had a child said to me the other day, you know what, now I'm not suicidal anymore, because when things are really bad, I just know I have to hold on to till Wednesday when I'm coming to Ride High.
I was going to say, how often do the children come? Do they come once a week?
They come once a week.
Okay.
And they're here for 3 hours, and we pick every child up from school or home and take them back again, because without that transport they couldn't get here. And they spend an hour with the horses, and then they spend an hour with us in our club room doing a whole range of projects. We do a lot of speaking and listening, we do a lot of games, we do a lot of craft work, and then a lot of work on what does the future look like. You know, what's next? What would you like to work with horses? Do you want to go and find a job somewhere else? How can we help you find work?
So this really gives them a kind of kick's not the wrong word, but you know what I mean, helps them move on with their life and the world that's ahead of them.
When they join us, these children share one thing: a deep lack of self-confidence, and nearly all a sense of hopelessness, really. And our job is actually to build that sense of aspiration that life can be positive. So we actually do lots of trips. We take children out to welfare sanctuaries, we take them down to London to see the Queen's horses, we took some to see war horse. We actually give children an opportunity to see life, that perhaps a broader life that they're not seeing in their everyday life.
Did you know before how beneficial you know, keeping horses could be?
I had very first-hand experience. So I had, my mother was terminally ill, or as I thought, when I was very young, and I lived with that for quite a long time, and my saviour was my pony. When I was really upset, I just used to go and sit with him in the stable for hours at a time. And my dad couldn't make me ride him. I didn't want to ride, I just wanted to be with him. And I think that's what got me through, and in the end that's why I set up this charity. Okay.
And we got a class that are coming in this morning, aren't we?
Yes,
I'm very excited about meeting them and stuff.
Well, it is really exciting. It's exciting for them. These are children who've been with us for a little while. So, and what happens when a child joins Ride High, quite often you'll find they're very, very withdrawn. And as they progress through Ride High, they get this confidence, this sense of actually wanting to talk to people. So actually the fact that these children are saying, yes, I want to come in and I want to tell my story and I want to be in Ride High, and they've had to get up early to be here.
And they're arriving now, we can hear them making their way into the classroom
brilliant.
Now.
Really, really exciting.
I mean, there's probably some sceptics out there who might think, how can a horse improve a child's confidence and well-being? But they really can, can't they? We can really do that, like you said, from your personal experience, how it helped.
Absolutely, and I mean, we had a child who came to us who wouldn't speak at all. So you asked her name, and she you could see her lips moving, but no sound would come out. She'd had a really, really traumatic time. And just the other day, I asked her to read out a presentation to some donors who came in. She just came up chatting, really happy, and just read this without any hesitation. That's the ride high effect.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And that's why places like this need the help of children in need. You know, the charity, because their funding is really important to you, isn't it? It's
hugely important. Hugely, because one of the things that makes us different is we work with children over a longer period, so it isn't just a sort of 2 or 3 week experience. Children might be with us for 9 months, and actually without funding from children in need, it's really hard for us to do that. So with children in needs funding, we can absolutely fundamentally change the lives of about 60 children.
Really, but that many with that funding.
Yeah.
And how many horses and ponies have you got here? Because we walked through. It was really because we were carrying Danny and I were, because we're such wimps and we're hurting now. So we're carrying this huge box between us, and and it was pitch black. There was no lights at all. And then one of the horses stuck its head over, and one of us screamed badly. Okay, Danny, you should be ashamed of yourself. And that was me. But they weren't freaked out by us. They were kind of like, it was almost like they were, how you doing? You all right? Good morning. It's 4:45. You well?
Yeah, they're just thinking, another human.
Another.
Honestly, can't control themselves, screaming around. Here we are, just containing our stuff, and you just can't keep it together.
Okay, so before I wrap this up as well, and I am going to give out the details about how you listeners can help out and how you can donate to children in need. To those that are listening that have not donated yet, well, thinking about maybe doing it. I thought, I'll do it in a minute. Why should they not wait? Why should they do it now? How does their money help you?
You know what? I think occasionally you have a moment to say, I can actually change a child's life forever. And that is your opportunity right now to do that. You will make a real difference to a child who hasn't got enough to eat or actually is just so miserable they can't leave home. So if you can donate right now, that would be brilliant, and you can change a child's life.
I think that's just summed up brilliantly well. And I'm so excited and looking forward to meeting them next door. They can hear them chatting away in the car, and I can't wait to meet them and meet the horses as well.
Well, we're very excited to have you here and delighted to have children in need supporting us.
Yeah, thank you for looking after us. Amazing toast, by the way, Helen. Amazing toast. Fantastic toast. Remember, if you want to donate, remember, you can